Welcome to the Astro Forecast for the week of May 2nd to May 8th. We are now in Mercury shadow. So Mercury is going to be going retrograde next week. And what that means is he's slowing down, right? So we're starting to notice maybe you're making some more mistakes, or maybe you're having a hard time thinking about the idea, or it's just slowing down a bit of your process a little bit. So that is normal. There's nothing wrong with you. This is just Mercury is going into shadow. And something to pay attention to is, what are you thinking? What are you working on? Because when Mercury goes shadow, or goes retrograde, excuse me, he'll be going retrograde on May 10th. That is going to, then you're going to go over and reassess, review all the things you're thinking about. Now, Mercury is in Gemini. He rules Gemini. So this is a very potent place for Mercury to be. This is about our thinking, our thought processing, our communication, gathering up information. This is just the gathering up of information, not using it really at this point in time, but really just understanding, learning, reviewing. So you're going to go through reviewing what you've just learned, really, is kind of what Mercury retrograde is going to be about. Now, this week is full of lovely, lovely aspects. This is all good aspects this week. And not to say that any of good or bad. So I don't want to contribute to this, to the thought that there's good things and bad things in astrology, but there is, it reflects life, right? Just like the tarot, it reflects life. It's not just love and sunshine all the time. You've gone through some hard shit, right? And so the tarot, the astrology, anything that's kind of reputable should reflect the hard times too, because you're not just going through all the goodness all the time, right? The goodness comes from moving through the hard times, right? And it also comes from initiating growth and going over, kind of going where you want, what do you want to do with what you've gone through? What are you taking? What's the opportunity now, right? Where can you move with this stuff? So this week starts off Monday, May 2nd. We just came off that new moon eclipse in Taurus. So the energy is a little bit wobbly right now. There's a big influx of creativity, of creation, of what are you doing with your resources? How are you using them to move forward? And this week is going to help you move that forward. The astrology, and I think this is really important to know, and even in life, is that we are building on blocks that we have done, right? You can't skip 5 steps. And I know some of you are like, I want to skip 5 steps. I want to skip 10 steps, but you can't. You've got to learn the lesson before you can get to the next step, right? You've got to step on this stone to get to the next stone. So it is a series of kind of life lessons that grow, that help you then to help whatever's going on in your life, people, family, yourself. So Monday, May 2nd, we are now building in light. We're building to the next full moon. So this is a potent day. Venus is moving into Aries. Now, Venus was in Pisces, and I have to admit bias here, because Pisces for me is my opposite sign. I'm a Virgo. And so if you're Virgo, Pisces, Virgo axis, astrology is built on dichotomies, just as life is, good and bad, sun and dark, or sun and moon, light and dark. There's dichotomies that live in life. That contrast helps us with clarity. That is part of this 3D world, is for us to understand what we don't want to get what we want. So with Venus and Virgo and Pisces, Pisces is all about doing, being in your spirit, understanding your intuition, flow state, creativity. Just think of yourself like a bag on the wind or a feather in, riding the waves. Like, it's really just flow state, right? And Virgo is about doing state. It's about being of service. So taking that intuition, taking what's in your spirit and making it manifest in the world, but using discernment, right? Whereas Pisces is very permeable. There's no boundaries. It's mutable water. It just kind of flows into every nook and cranny. Now, when Venus moves from Pisces, which is ethereal flow, compassionate, empathy, sympathy, feeling, intuition, all those kinds of things. When we move into Aries, this is about doing now. This is about putting into action the thing that you learned, right? Now it's a cycle to start. It is a time to go after what you want. And Venus is what we love and value. It is passion, relationships, things that we value, money, resources, things like that. So with Venus in Aries, now you're going to be like, go get them. This is like, go get it. Go do the thing that you've been wanting to do. Everything that's on your heart now starts to take motion. You want to move forward in some way. And your relationships might start. So where this looks like in relationships is passionate. Ooh, this is passionate sex. This is connection, but this is that spark of connection. This is that, ooh, I want you kind of energy. And that feeling is going to then kind of permeate all of the things that you want, right? What is it that you want? What is it that you love and value? Now, if you have things on your heart that you've been wanting for some time and they're not really wanting them because they're for you, like I had a client this week that said, you know what, everything that I want in my life is because my parents wanted it and I wanted to please them. And I'm like, so what do you want now? She's like, I don't know. I was like, this is a great place to be. Now you get to use all the information that you have. You're in a stable, great foundation. Now you get to sort out, what are you? Who are you? What do you want to do? How you want to get there? So when you think about that, this is now a time to really cut away the things that aren't serving you anymore. And it will become very apparent what is not serving you anymore because it's not on your heart. So this is love, spontaneous and direct, passionate, fiery, initiatory energy, going after what you want, right? Bold, impatient. There's no sorries here. With Venus and Aries, there's no sorries. It's like, I'm passionate, I'm driven. Either you're on the bus or you're on the bus, right? It can be blunt, and there's very strong desires now in the public. So this can lead to more confrontation because there's like more fieriness about what I want to do. So let's say you want to travel, but you can't because of the restrictions still in. There can be, another sort of uprising with that, or maybe a push to try to change that, which I think is coming, to be fair. Now, Tuesday, May 3rd, this is a beautiful day. Jupiter is sextile to Pluto. So Jupiter is expansion, good luck, optimism, and he is moving through Pisces again. Man, there's a lot of flavor of Pisces right now in the sky. And this is again our intuition, our kind of this knowingness that's within us. It can be our creativity, anything that kind of flows from our soul out into our doingness. This is kind of all alignment, right? And Pluto is about healing the shadow, death, rebirth, and transformation. So this is like you're wanting to take action and move forward now in some way. Success through positive change, natural progressive change. This is kind of spiritual growth, and you're wanting to do something with this energy. So it feels like, but it's not like Venus coming, I mean, Venus doesn't have a relationship to these planets, but there is this feeling of Venus kind of driving you passionately. These two are more kind of, Jupiter being in Pisces is more like, my intuition says it's good luck, it's spirituality. It's like, things are just kind of happening for me. So this can be actually a really auspicious time where things just start to happen. And as we move into the next day, Wednesday, May 4th, we've got Mars, which is our drive, our passion, our motivation to do, our egoic will, if you will. And he is sextile Uranus. Now, Uranus is the great awakening. He's kind of chaos. He likes but chaos for an opportunity to heal. Like it's not just chaos for the sake of chaos. This is about taking away your security blanket. So you have no choice. You have to go. You have to fly. You have to be on your own. So with Mars sextile to Uranus, this is giving you that oomph, that drive to go and do something. But it's not the drive of Aries. This is the drive of Pisces. So this is this feeling of like intuition meeting serendipity. Like this is about meeting amazing people because of Mercury coming in here later in the week and Friday. It's fun, excitement, work with people who are different, a great time to make changes in your life, exploring new ways of doing things and being, giving yourself an extra initiative, inspiration, gives you courage to do difficult things. But this is actually kind of putting into motion what it is. What is your unique self, Uranus? And what has been in your heart to do, but you've been scared what people think of you? That is going to come up today on Wednesday, May 4th. And then Thursday, May 5th, the sun comes to conjunct Uranus. Now, this happens once a year. If Uranus is retrograde, no, the sun's still moving too fast for that. So It happens once a year, and it's going to be a transit that's going to be in effect for about 6 days. So 3 days applying, and then it'll be exact on the same degree of Uranus, and then separating as the sun moves past Uranus. It moves faster. The sun moves a degree per day. It's moving pretty fast. And Uranus not so fast. So when we think about a sun and Uranus together, the sun right now is in Taurus. Taurus is about our values, our money, our values. I said values already, didn't I? Earth, our natural resources, things that we kind of hold stable to, anything you call my, right? My house, my money, my time, my beliefs, my values, my gifts. That's all kind of sun in Taurus. So sun in Taurus is actually kind of a really good time to shore up your resources, shore up your money, budgeting, things like that. Now, Uranus is also in Taurus, and this is about breaking up the stagnant energy of what we thought our resources were to be. So right now we're seeing as a collective, wind power. We're looking at, gas is so expensive because of everything that's happening in Ukraine and Russia and a bunch of other things. And so we're really looking at alternative forms of electricity or power, or where is all those states or countries that are getting their resources from Russia, where are they going to get it instead, and how can we look at alternative ways? I think what this is all happening for us to do is evolve as a society. Uranus is about evolution, to think about alternative sources of fuel, right? That aren't pillaging the earth. And I think we're going to start to see more of that technology. Uranus rules technology as well in Aquarius, though, and Saturn's in Aquarius right now, too. So creating more structure in our technologies to support our resources moving in a different direction. So this can be new information coming out about resources that are available to us. As a collective, maybe there's resources being moved around, or more resources, money being allocated to farming, land development, things like that as well, as for the collective on a macro level. On a micro level for you, this is a great day to clean house, right? Get rid of all the things that you've been holding on to, that they had value and no longer have value for you. They're actually blocking value coming in. So interesting. This day set aside for some cleaning. So yeah, life just organizes you according to this energy. That's why astrology works. So expect the unexpected. Uranus is quick and changes things up. So if you're in a routine, if you're in a rut and you are not getting out of that rut, there's going to be something today that's going to give you a flash of brilliance that's going to create some change. Now, this can also be the urge for freedom and rebellion. So we could see some of that in the news. You want to break free from a routine. You don't want to change. If you don't want to change will happen for you. So this is kind of, my notes are about, really, there's two ways that you can change. You can be motivated to change because you're like, I want something better. I know I'm capable of more. I want to improve my life. Or you can be forced to change. And that comes like cancer, heart attack, some getting laid off from your job, something out of the blue happens that you're like, I have no choice. I have to change. So I always like to say, you have choice. You always have a choice in your life. And are you taking the choice? Are you taking the initiative? Because if you're not, the universe will push you into that initiative. You didn't come here to just stagnate, right? And I know it's so comfortable to be in that little safety zone, comfort zone, but nothing grows in your comfort zone, right? So this day, so on a positive note, everything in the astrology has a positive aspect and this negative. So even though this is a positive aspect, a sextile, which is a 60-degree angle, it's harmonious, but there's still an opportunity for it to be used so harmoniously. So on a positive note, it's exciting, it's moving stagnant energy, it's a break from the routine, it's really kind of giving you that push to do something exciting. And on the not so great side, it can be really unsettling. It can feel like the unexpected changes throw you for a loop, right? Taurus is a fixed earth energy. It does not like change. It doesn't do well with change. It throws, Taurus people, when there's change, they need time to sort it out. It doesn't just kind of go with the flow of it. There are other mutable signs that are really like crisis managers. They just go with the flow and they're able to pivot on a dime. And Virgo is one of those signs. Gemini is another one of those signs. Gemini, here's Cancer, Libra. Oh my goodness, I should know these off the top of my head. Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius. I think those are the three. Yes, three mutable. Yes, because there's 4 designations. Nope, there's one more. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio is fixed. Sagittarius is mutable. Capricorn, Aquarius is fixed. Pisces is mutable. Pisces is the other mutable sign. There's 4. So these are the signs that like to kind of flow with each other now, and flow with change. And so if you're one of those 4 signs, I'll say that again. Thank you for allowing me to think through on that. It is, and they're opposite each other, which is interesting because Gemini is the opposite of Sagittarius. So Gemini is gathering small bits of information, community in the world around us. And then Sagittarius is big information, like post-secondary education, philosophy, cross-cultural, information exchanges, the biggerness of information, not just kind of the small gathering of information. Both have a function. Neither one is better than the other. And so those 2 signs are mutable, and then Virgo, Pisces are mutable. And I talked about that earlier in the video. So those mutable signs flow with change. If you're one of those signs, you need variety in your life. You can't just do the one thing. I once had a teacher say to me, she'd tell, you can't be a master of one and be a jack of all trades. And I said, I have to be a jack of all trades. I don't know if I'll ever be a master of one, but I know I'll know enough that I can help people and do the things I love to do, but I cannot be just one thing. Like I couldn't just do mediumship, or I couldn't just do astrology. I need that. And I have a Sagittarius moon, which is mutable as well. Like, so that's like, oof, like I love to learn about a lot of things, and I like to offer a lot of services. So that's why I do what I do, and I embrace that. And it's interesting because the teacher was kind of trying to I wouldn't say shame me, but trying to teach me in the way that she knew that this was kind of what she knows that success is. And I said, no, I don't agree with that. I can choose my own way of success. So use your sign and understand what it means for you. You don't have to accept what everyone else says. Your path is your path. Okay, that's really important. So Friday, May 6th, we have Mercury sextile to Venus, another beautiful aspect. Mercury is our mind, our communication, our thought processing. It's the way we connect with the people around us, so kind of our closest relationships. And Venus is what we love and value. It's money, relationships, love, banking system, banking system's Taurus, but Venus is the money itself. And so with Mercury in Gemini, information, sextile working with what we love and value in Aries, this is a passionate drive for knowledge. This is wonderful time to connect. Friday, May 6th and the 7th, great time to go for brunch. I know my girlfriends listen to this. We go for brunch. We should go for brunch on that day. That'd be a good day. So this is a great time for connection, for groups, for events. If you're wanting to do a workshop, this is a really great day to take a workshop. Opportunity to create great harmony in your home, work, and personal relationships. It's a great time to visit. Information exchange with people who are helping you to get what you want. Oh, so juicy. And then Saturday, May 7th, I think we have something going on almost every day except for Sunday. Saturday, May 7th, Sun is sextile to Mars. Again, a beautiful aspect. This is a week of sextiles, 60-degree angles. And that Sun sextile to Mars, this is about getting things done. We feel like we have initiative. Now the Sun is in Taurus, but Mars is in Pisces. So this is still that ethereal, it has to speak to your heart, right? And like, it really has to speak to your heart, or you just don't want to do it. So you feel alive and energetic if it aligns with your heart, is what I'll say to that. Boosting creativity and empathy, confidence and vitality, courage to go after what it is that's aligned for you. This is a great time to really, again, do something that there's a cause to your heart, like something that's close to your heart. So a great time to clean your house, do something that makes you feel good. A great time to brunch with friends, something that's about connection, compassion, empathy, your intuition. A great time to listen to music, go to a concert. This is a fabulous concert energy. And then Sunday, there's no major aspect on this day, but it is Mother's Day. So in case you forgot, Sunday is Mother's Day. So Mother's Day is a time when it can bring up a lot of things, right? It can bring up a lot of things, especially if you didn't have a great relationship with your mother, or your mother's in spirit, right? There's a grief there. Your mother didn't really turn out to be who you wanted her to be. And what I know to be true is all mothers really try their best with what they have. No one kind of sets out to be a sucky mother. And wherever you're at on that grief scale, I'm sending you so much love. And everything that you feel and every experience you've had is valid, is valid. But what happens with Mother's Day is it brings up all of that kind of past, those feelings and anything that's not working out so well. And if you're on the other spectrum where there's no right or wrong, right? If you're on the other spectrum where your mom's alive and you have a great relationship with her and this is a top opportunity to go for brunch or connection, that's great. There's some aspects on this day that I do like to talk about. So the moon is going to be in Leo on Sunday, and Leo is a very it rules the fifth house of children. It's that kind of creativity, but it's fiery, right? It's fiery. So if it's not appreciated, if it's not noticed for its efforts, they tend to get a little bit testy, right? They tend to get a little bit irritated with that. So this can be an energy of, needing to be appreciated, needing to be validated, acknowledged. And if that's something you don't have with your relationship with your family, you can get triggered around that, those kinds of things. You'll be sensitive to those topics. And then there's also the moon is square to the sun, the moon is square to Uranus, and the moon is in conjunct to Mars. So all of this leads to a little bit of volatility later in the day. So these aspects actually are exact kind of later in the day, in the evening, not the Uranus piece, but the other two are. So what I'd say to you is if you're going for brunch, you're probably going to have a better time than if you go for dinner. There's going to be a little bit more volatility, a little bit more, I would say, triggery energy later in the day. So just be aware of that and let the energy guide you and know if that's going to happen. It's just going to pass. And if there's something underlying that that's meant to come to the surface, that will happen too, right? Everything happens for an opportunity, for healing, for growth, for understanding. And I understand family doesn't always understand that, and we can have rifts and we can become estranged. So this is a nice opportunity to heal that as well. So whatever is unhealed will come to the surface on this day. But there's some really wonderful aspects in the week to really support healing and connection and all those kinds of things. So if you don't have that, relationship with your mom, I have a pretty good relationship with my mom. I love her. She's one of my best friends, but we can also trigger each other huge, right? So being aware of this energy is actually going to really help me to understand how to manage some of the things that are going to happen on this day, because it's a big day in your family. So I am wishing you so much love and excitement for the week to come. Enjoy this beautiful energy. Mercury is going to go retrograde next week, and communication and stuff is just going to go a little haywire. And technology is going to go really haywire because communication is Gemini's thing. So you want to be very, very enjoying this energy this week, because next week is not as sunny as this one. So wishing you a wonderful week. Thanks for being here. And please do me a favor. If you've made it all the way to this end of this video, I want to say a special thank you for watching all the way. It's a bit of a longer video this week. And I'd love for you to post below, what do you get out of these videos? What is something you really enjoy? Or even just drop me a little hi or a heart. I respond to all my comments. You're important to me, especially if you took the time to comment. I'll take the time to respond. Wishing you a wonderful week. Bye.